Coming up, Halsey Hall reopens after over a year. And later, COVID-19 booster shots to protect against Delta may not be too far away.
The Cyclones and Hawkeyes are back on the field. I'll tell you more in sports.
Temperatures are back on the rise in Iowa City. I'll tell you more in weather.
All that and more coming up on this Friday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Lauren Johnson. And the classrooms of Halsey Hall have been empty for over a year due to COVID and recent renovations. Last week, the hall reopened. DITV reporter Justina Borgman tells us more.
In Halsey Hall have made the first week of classes a little bit out of the ordinary. In April of 2021, the university decided to update the steamed radiators into a forced air ventilation system. This way, the cold winter air will be able to flow through as warm heated air. For classes, students and professors were relocated to the Boxman Music Building or the Art Building West. One of the biggest obstacles with this project was the rearrangement of class locations. The Division of Performing Arts developed a plan for minimal disruption of the classes taking place in the building, said Wendy Moorhead. Last week, the Halsey Hall reopened. Students and faculty returned to Halsey in excitement to have a classroom or dance floor for the first time in over a year.
And it's just nice. It's our first full week back in Halsey, and we're all just really excited to be back in this place because it's been over a year since we've been in here. So I think I speak for everyone in the department and the students when we say we're really excited to be back in here.
This past week, students and professors have been able to fully enjoy the building, whether it was from the ballet bars to the gym. All of the renovations will be complete by September 17th. University of Iowa, Justina Borgman, DITV.
And the Sciences Library is celebrating 20 years of the Lord of the Rings films with a display of movie replicas and keepsakes. This is the first event the Sciences Library has had in a little over a year. The items come from the director, Leo Clardy, and his son's collection. There are also limited collection and limited specialty made items, including sword replicas, on display. During the summers, the library has enjoyed putting up more entertainment displays rather than the typical scientific ones. They are excited to be able to show such a unique and special collection to celebrate the movie series and this big anniversary. The library is also having a trivia contest along with the display. There are 10 questions scattered around the library that students will answer to win a small prize along with the chance to win a large prize in a drawing. The contest and the display are going on throughout September.
Students might learn something they didn't know about the Lord of the Rings by doing the trivia questions, and it really is an iconic story that was the beginning of a lot of fantasy stories. They all had their origins in the Lord of the Rings, so it's really important to know about for the fantasy literature.
The librarians hope this display can introduce students to the Sciences Library, not only as a tool to grow your science inquiries, but a fun environment to explore fantasy realms. And though masking remains unmandated for the UI, unvaccinated individuals are still at risk as Delta variant cases continue to rise. Despite Johnson County having the highest vaccination rate in Iowa, Iowa hospital and clinic experts are seeing a jump in positive cases. According to UIHC epidemiologists, vaccination remains the best solution to stop the spread of the Delta variant.
Johnson County has really the highest overall vaccination rate in the state of Iowa. What we're seeing is that there are increased infection rates, particularly among those who are in age groups that aren't as highly vaccinated. 50 to 80% of our new cases are being seen in people under the age of 30.
Dr. Dykema believes a third vaccination dose or booster shot is in the near future. The additional shot will be first offered to those who are immunocompromised. The third dose is predicted to be released to the public sometime in October, with doses coming from both Pfizer and Moderna.
It's not going to make nearly as much difference as getting unvaccinated people vaccinated. If you look at the actual data from populations of people who've been vaccinated, the protection from the vaccine is continuing.
The FDA is meeting on September 17th to finalize details concerning the third dose. This will follow President Biden's Thursday night declaration of new federal vaccine requirements that may mandate vaccines for as many as 100 million Americans. This is another part of Biden's ongoing fight against the COVID and Delta variant. And yesterday, protesters gathered at the Johnson County Attorney's office calling for the Johnson County Attorney to revisit the alleged sexual assault of McKenna Solberg. The UI student was allegedly assaulted back in September 2020 by two members of the Phi Gamma Delta or Fiji fraternity. The protesters sought to show their support both for Solberg and to express their dissatisfaction at how the case has been handled by the county and the UI. Police have so far not brought charges against either of the accused Fiji members, despite an investigation occurring in September 2020 with multiple warrants served. Officers retrieved DNA evidence from the two men, the fraternity's surveillance tapes, among other relevant items. One of the attendees of the protest was McKenna's father, Ben Solberg. He said the attorney's office will be taking another look, saying, "They shut us down the first time. Everyone's heard that. Them taking a second look is them being cooperative, and we're trying to do the same." Solberg says the family will also be filing civil action in this case. Now, let's take a look at what the forecast has in store. Let's go to Max for today's weather.
Thanks, Lauren. Forget about wearing a jacket today, Hawkeyes. Today will be sunny with a high of 84 with a low of 62 as we go into the evening. Tomorrow will be a great day to stay inside in the air conditioning and watch a CyHawk football game. Outside will be 93 degrees with partial clouds and a low of 72. Get prepared for more sunny weather next week as we will stay in the mid-80s with some clouds and potential thunderstorms on Tuesday. Now, let's toss it to Julia for a Hawkeye Sports Update.
Thanks, Max. It has been almost 2 years of waiting, but the CyHawk game is back and bigger than ever. The Hawkeyes enter tomorrow's game ranked number 10 in the nation, while Iowa State comes in ranked number 9. This will be the first top 10 matchup in the series history. Iowa has won each of the last 5 games, and if the Hawkeyes want to continue their recent success against the Cyclones, it will all depend on them slowing down star running back Breece Hall.
Breece Hall, when he's out in the open, he's as good as they are in college football, and we've got to do everything we can to keep him inside and in front of us.
I'm always looking for competition, so him and competing to put out his best game and me competing to get my best game is going to be very interesting for us, but my main focal point is doing everything I can for this team to win the game.
Pressure is on for Goodson and the rest of the Hawkeyes to prove why they are the best in Iowa. A win tomorrow also could launch the Hawkeyes into the top 5, which would be the highest Iowa has been ranked since 2015. Tune in on Monday to see which team takes home the CyHawk trophy. And the Iowa volleyball team is still in search of a win this season as they fell short to Syracuse last night in their home opener. The Hawks struggled to find their rhythm on the court until set 3, but it was too late as they lost to Syracuse 3-1. Freshman Addie Vanderweed, took over the match and recorded a career high of 15 kills.
I just kind of went in with the mindset of I'm going to swing away, I'm going to be fearless, and I'm just going to be super aggressive.
The freshman phenom has had a quiet start to the season, but after the performance she had last night, the Hawkeye coaching staff is happy to see her perform.
Addie, transfer what we saw against Washington and what we've been seeing throughout practice onto the court today. With 15 kills, hitting 275. It's just good to see that freshmen really have some guts.
The Hawkeyes look to bounce back against Ball State tonight at 7. And that's all I have for sports. Back to you, Lauren.
Thanks, Julia. Oscar-winning actress Jennifer Lawrence is pregnant and expecting a child with husband Cook Maroney. The couple were married in 2019. Maroney is the director of a Manhattan art gallery, while Lawrence is best known for her roles as Katniss Everdeen in The Hunger Games and Tiffany Maxwell in Silver Linings Playbook, a role which won her an Oscar. Her new film, Don't Look Up, is scheduled for release this December. And thank you for tuning in to DITV News. Head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news and tune in to DITV on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. From Iowa City, I'm Lauren Johnson. Have a great day.